Great to see you here. If you want to learn how to do this very authentic looking Dita Von Teese inspired classic Hollywood hairstyle, then keep on watching. Good morning, day or evening, whatever time it might be for you. For me it's the evening, so this is kind of a late night video for you that I'm making right now. But I'm actually going out tomorrow, and I just randomly thought I want to do something nice for my hair tomorrow maybe. So that's what inspired me to do this classic Hollywood hair tutorial. So I personally love the classic Hollywood starlets and the movies, and of course I also want to do heatless overnight curls. So anyways, I figured out why not make a video while I'm at it and show you how to put pin curls on long hair, or how to do this classic Hollywood starlet hair. So anyways, and if you want to see me do more of these classic Hollywood hairstyles, just hit like, or send me a comment that you want to see these, because I'm actually a vintage dancer, so I need to do these pin-up hairstyles every now and then. So if you want to see more of these similar ones, just hit like or let me know down in the comments that you would like to see them, and I make sure to make them in the future as well. So first of all, I would like to say that you can do pin curls on damp hair. So if you take a shower in the evening and your hair is a little bit damp after that, that is very good. Or if your hair is dry and you don't feel the need to wash your hair, which is my situation right now, you can spritz your hair with water to make it a little bit damp. So that's actually what I am going to do, and that brings me to the first item you're gonna need. So to make my hair damp for the heatless curls to dry overnight, I'm going to need a little bit of water, and therefore I have this spray bottle that you can get this any stores, I would imagine. And then I have a little bit of water there, and actually this still is quite a plenty. You don't really need that much, or you would be surprised how plenty there is right now. So I actually mixed here a little bit of this Lotta Body, which side, so here this is called Lotta Body, and this is by Revlon Realistic, and this is texturizing setting lotion concentrate. So this is meant for curling your hair, for example, very good for these overnight styles. And I have heard quite a lot of good comments about Lotta Body, so this is an optional step you can take. You can totally just use plain water, or you can mix a little bit of Lotta Body or something similar to the water. And this says that you put 2 or 3 parts of water to 1 part Lotta Body, but actually here I think maybe there's 3 parts water and 1 part this Lotta Body, or maybe less of this even, so I didn't put that much in here at all. So I think that should still help the curls to stay a little bit better. Then when we are doing the pin curls for long hair, you're going to need quite a few of this type of just bobby pin. Very simple. I just use these basic ones, but you're gonna need many of these, so make sure you got these. Then you are also going to need a comb, and I really recommend a small comb like this. And then later you are going to need a hairbrush. Oh, sorry, this is a little bit nasty with my hair. And I really recommend this type of hairbrush that has quite many bristles but not too tightly together. So I think this works quite well for me, at least. So something like this. Then, because the pin curls are going to dry overnight, so you can open them in the morning, I recommend you take a scarf, any type of scarf really. I have this square scarf here, and just to make sure it's big enough to go around your head. But next, let's move on to how to do pin curls on long hair and how to get the right type of curls for these classic Hollywood hairstyles. So first I'm going to start by dampening my hair because my hair is dry and it's clean. I don't think I need to wash it right now, and it can be a little bit beneficial if you have the second day hair, let's say. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. Then you can use your brush to kind of make it spread a little bit everywhere. When I keep looking at this way because I have a mirror here, but I hope it's beneficial for you too because I'm gonna work with this side first. And I usually like to work with one side, then I go to the another side, and then I just do the back how I can, because I can't really see the back of my head. So I'm going to demonstrate with this side. So what I want to do is I want to create pinkles in rows, like 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows, etc. So I'm going to start here and take kind of a high piece first, and I want to comb this so there's no knots. So you want to kind of have your hair flat like this, so make sure you are not twisting your hair. Don't do this. Instead, you really want to get the hair out of knots and have it kind of flat. I hope that makes sense to you. And then I usually take 2 of my fingers, let's say these 2 here, and I go almost to the end of my hair, like so. And first I wrap the tail of my hair around my fingers, and I really try to get this tail to go kind of inside here. So when I take this, off, now I have this, and I try to have this tail, the very, very tail end of this to stay inside of here. So that's maybe one of the trickiest parts here. So the tail is not coming out, but it stays inside of there. Next, I am holding this piece quite, firmly like this, and I just kind of start to roll it up like this. Rolling, 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 and holding it a little bit firm. And now I get up here. Then I want to lay this flat. This is usually the technique I use. So I kind of have the loop here laid flat. I know my hair is dark. It can be very, a little bit hard to see. But now that it's flat against my head, I am going to take one of these bobby pins, and I am just simply going to put it on top of it, just like that. And you can put it like only one bobby pin, or if you feel like it's a bigger circle, you can put 2 like kind of crisscross there. So this is basically the technique. Now I want to do another one kind of on the same level as the first one. So I'm working with the top layer first and do the same thing here. And I'm not in no way like a total perfectionist. I think one could be like really precise with the rows of hair, etc. But that's just not me. I don't be that precise. Something about the directionality, of course. So I usually, turn this hair under. So I curl this under, and that does, affect the way the curl is gonna go. But many of these classic Hollywood styles, you want to curl under, so this way. Instead of doing the loop upwards, you want to do the loop downwards. And once more, the loop is up here. I'm going to lay it flat against my head and secure it with a bobby pin. And next I'm going to the second row. So I'm doing the same exact thing, but in the 1 row like lower. Splitting this in 2, and this is the next part I'm going to work with. Do you have a favorite classic Hollywood starlet? And if you do, who is it? I think everyone knows somebody, even if they don't watch classic Hollywood. I think everyone knows at least Marilyn Monroe and Audrey Hepburn. I personally love them both. You know, they are just so adorable in my opinion. You know, the characters that Marilyn Monroe plays in, let's say, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes is just so nice. It's kind of innocent but also very girly and feminine. And of course Audrey Hepburn as well has that very playful energy, which I do love. So who is your favorite? So now I've done one side of my hair and it looks like this. So it kind of has, I think, 1, 2, maybe about 3 rows of pinkles, and depending how much hair you have, you may have, you know, several more rows of pinkles. Just depends on what size of hair parts you want to take. Now I'm going to repeat the exact same process to other side of my hair, and this side has a little bit more hair than the first one because I wanted to have a little bit of a side part. So another thing I forgot to mention is decide early on where you want your part to be. But let me just show, just in case, how I'm doing the exact same thing on this other side. So I think the first row will be here, and I took one part there, and again I am, you know, I wet this with the water and comb it through with a hair comb and lay the hair flat like this. And then I go almost to the end, take 2 of my fingers and wrap the tail around it, try to get this end of the hair going inside of the loop. Then I take the loop off of my fingers and start wrapping this up, keeping the hair a little bit tight, so I'm not letting this happen. Just rolling, rolling, keeping the hair flat, rolling, 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 coming all the way up, and then laying it flat against my head. And again, I'm going to make it stay with a bobby pin. Just like that. So exactly the same thing, I'm rolling under, and now I'll see you when I'm done with this side. So now I'm back with the other side done too, and this is how it looks. So what I did here is pretty much the same thing. So I have 3 rows going, and I did 2 on each row, and you might need to do more, let's say 4 per row, depending how much hair do you have. But I don't have that thick of a hair, my hair is kind of thin, so I think this is enough for me. But next let's move to the back of my hair, which is still here. And the back is a little bit tricky one, not gonna lie, because if you can't set up your mirror in a way that you can see the back of your hair, this can be a little bit hard. And personally for me, I don't really have the chance to see what I'm doing, but what I do is I try to kind of feel where there could be the first row. So I'm kind of trying here and just try to find the crown of my head and you know, start from there. When working with the back of my head, I usually pull this hair a little bit to the side, and the good thing with long hair is you can kind of see your hair really well. So I'm going here and doing the same thing and wrapping down, and I kind of start from the side and getting closer and closer and closer, and then kind of get closer to where the hair actually needs to be and wrap it there. Like so. So that's the method I'm going to use when trying to work with the back, and also use the same kind of technique to have kind of more of one side of the back and then the other side of the back. But with the back I'm not too precise at all. I just kind of start from the top going down, and it will go how it goes. One thing I'm kind of focusing on is that the pieces of hair are kind of the same size. So here I'm back with my entire head of pin curls done, and this is how it looks. We are already seeing those Dita Von Teese vibes here. So next we're going to prep our hair for drying overnight while we sleep. So that's when we are going to use the scarf. And for me the scarf was this red square here, and if you have anything similar it will work, and maybe a silk scarf would be the best, because that is going to prevent the frizziness in your hair. However, the challenge with silk scarf is that the material is very slippery and it can be kind of hard to keep it on your head while you sleep. But for me, I have used this many times, so I just think I'm gonna go with it. So first I'm folding this in half to make it a triangle like this. And when I have this in a triangle, I'm just going to place the triangle in front of my head like so, and lay it down so the long side comes down back of my head, and the tip of the triangle stays on top of my forehead. So this is how I'm going to wrap this around, and then I'm taking the sides and they come up here over this triangle like so, and I am creating a bow here like this. And now I'm kind of tucking in. If there's any pin curls under here, I tuck them inside of the scarf while I tighten here. It doesn't need to be too tight, but just a little snug that you feel like it's comfortable but secure. And when I feel that's okay, I'm going to fold this here and make another knot, so now I don't have anything, you know, sticking. And these as well, you know, you can kind of tuck in here, because this otherwise is going to stay up like that, which is fine if you're sleeping, who cares. But anyway, you can fold it in, and this on itself is kind of a pin-up hairstyle, but very good way to sleep overnight. And you can tuck this, if you have rolls coming out here, you can tuck them in, or I just let them be, because I know I'm just going to sleep on the back of my head or on the sides of my head. This part isn't really going to rub anywhere, so for me this is okay that these are kind of showing here. And for the night, I prefer to secure the scarf from the sides with a little bobby pin again. So this is also optional if you feel like you want to do this, but you don't have to. And how does it feel to sleep with this? Well, it can be a little bit uncomfortable if you're doing this for the first time, but for me personally, this is a lot more comfortable compared to some other methods, because the curls are going to lay flat, you know, and I don't have anything massive bulging here, so you just need to try it out and see how you feel. But next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash my makeup off and go to sleep, and we will finish this look tomorrow, so see you then. Hello, it's the next day and I have done my makeup and dressed up a little bit just to get into the mood of this Classic Hollywood starlet hair tutorial. And first of all, what are we gonna do now that we have slept with this? Well, first we're going to take off the scarf and all the bobby pins. Now this is the hair after removing all the bobby pins, and next I just want to run my fingers through the curls just to open them up a little bit. Now this is how the curls look brushed out with our fingers, and mine look a little bit crispy because I had lots of body in the water that I used. But next, the magic in Classic Hollywood Hairstyles is the brush out, and that's when we use a brush like this. So basically we want to mold all the curls kind of together, and that happens when we take a little chunk of the hair and brush the hair against our palm, so kind of like this. So I'm not going to brush just like this. I really want to brush against the palm because that is going to reduce the frizziness from the hair, and if you don't brush against your palm, then you're going to end up looking like a poodle. But if that happens, don't worry, just take the hair again and start combing against your palm, and all the curls will start to mold together, as you can see here. And I'm sliding the hairpiece down as I'm brushing it like this. You can kind of start to see the difference. Here the curls are going to, you know, kind of mold together because they were pin curled to the same direction, and that's what we want for this look. And here again I am brushing against my thumb to get the curls mold together. Now that I'm done with most of the brush out, we can already sense those Dita Von Teese vibes. However, now you can, you know, style it a little bit if you want to. You may clip your hair, for example here, or just tease a little bit here, or add a hair flower, anything that you want. So I think I'm going to pin my hair a little bit here with a bobby pin or two. So you can take a chunk and maybe twist it a little bit if you want to, and push to get more volume, and then just pin it down. Then I think I also want to create a little volume up here. So I'm taking the chunk here, and I think I'm just gonna tease the roots a little bit to get more volume. I'm using Elnet hairspray. I think I'm also going to pin my hair here because I kinda like the way it looks. So here we have this very authentic 1940s style hair. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful in some way, and if you did, please leave this video a like, and if you have any questions, just leave them down below and I'm happy to answer. And not gonna lie, these vintage hairstyles are a little bit tricky to learn, so this is something that may definitely take some practice, but with these tips I really hope you're able to get started on your vintage styling journey. And yeah, let me know if you want to see more of these similar types of hair videos, and I'll make a note of it and make these videos for you in the future as well. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!